It's time for another Dice Tower review with Zee Garcia.
Hey everybody, today I'm taking a look at Shinobi, a tiny little card game for up to 6 players in which you are bluffing with the other players, putting cards, attack cards in front of them, and telling them what those cards are. But you could be lying, and you are trying to sort of coordinate your attacks so that those players run out of life and everybody else runs out of life before you yourself do. You want to be the most cunning ninja. And so that's the game. It's a very simple game. Let me show you how it works, and then we'll come on back and I'll tell you what I thought of it. At the beginning of the game, each player is going to be given 5 of these life cubes and 3 marking cubes, as well as a set of cards which is comprised of 4 cards of 4 different weapons, 4 different attacks. And everybody has the same ones except for the symbol that denotes them as a player. You are going to be in the game attempting to run out all the other players of their life cubes and be the last player standing. The way rounds work is you give someone the start player token here, the little meeple, and starting from that player, they're going to look at their hands and they are going to give the 3 players to the right, in this case every other player because I'm playing with 4 here, and one of their attacks, okay? So for example, I could give this player here next to me the shuriken and put that in front of them, and then I'm going to mark it on the back as to what it is. It has all 4 attacks here on the back. However, I can lie, and so I could say it is the shuriken, or I could say it's the blow dart, okay? I can say it is whatever I want it to be, and I'm going to do that for each of the other players. And I'll do this one here, and I'll play that there. That's it. And then the next player is going to do the same thing. They're going to, for each other player, they are going to mark what it is that they are giving them, like so. And of course, you are still hanging on to one once this is over. And so at the end of the round, you are going to have 1 card from the 3 players to your left, or well, again, in this case, the 3 other players, you are going to have a card in front of you from them. So I'm just going to take a look at one of them here. Let's say it is this player here who has cards in front of them. So I'm just going to turn these over to you. Now, every player, once this is done, and has their 3 cards in front of them, and 1 they kept themselves, okay, which does not matter, they are going to reveal 2 of these 3 cards. And so, for example, in this part, you could bluff, you could talk to the other players, whatever you want to, but you're going to reveal 1. So you're going to reveal that. It is, in fact, shurikens. Okay, yellow was not lying there. And then they're going to reveal this one here, which is also shurikens. Okay, if you reveal 2 of the same, that's bad. You are going to be losing 1 of your life points. However, you can choose to reveal a 3rd card, and if that itself is also a shuriken, then it's the same thing, whatever it may be. Then the players are plotting against you, and in fact you hurt them back instead of you taking a hit. But if instead of just taking your hit now, you push your luck, reveal this, and it is something else, then you take 2 hits. By that same token, if you reveal 2 things and they are different, you're fine. If you want to, however, you can flip over the 3rd card, and if that one is also different, meaning there was not a pair of 2, which is what would hurt you, then your opponents are incompetent and they all take a hit. So, that's how that works. So right now, the green player whose cards these are could just stop and take a hit, but they're going to reveal this last one and hope that it's also a shuriken. So they reveal it. It is not. It's a blow dart. So they take 2 hits, not just 1. And these are removed from the game, and these will be given back to their respective players at the end of this round. This is going to continue for every one of the players until everyone is out of life except 1 player, and that player is going to be the winner of the game. This is one that I was hoping would be a fun little bluffing game, but unfortunately it boils down to not much gameplay, and maybe you could even pick that up on the overview. But the game is just so simple. There's so little substance here that it's just sort of a fairly pointless exercise in lying or not lying. The bluffing here is really hard to discern. There is no, you can't trust what someone next to you has said, which means you can't really coordinate. So there's that. Now you could try to coordinate if you go outside of of that sphere and sort of like wink wink nod notch the person next to you. But there's still so little gameplay here, you know. This concept of flipping over the cards and then pushing for the third one is a cute one. That's an interesting thing. Like, okay, double or nothing sort of feel. But that's all there is in this game, you know. And yeah, it's a 15-minute game, but it's very forgettable, unfortunately. The artwork is cute. I like the look of it. The components are pretty bad, honestly. The cubes are kind of shoddily made. There's even one in my box. I had one that wasn't even shaped like a cube. It looks like it got put through a wood chipper or something. And so there's that. It's not a great looking, greatly manufactured product either. But the whole thing is just so simple, so basic, so forgettable, and pretty random that I think it's not worth a recommendation. There are way better bluffing games out there, games that are going to give you more to think about, games that are going to give you reasons to bluff one way or the other, you know. And this one, for me, did not really do that. So, that's Shinobi.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.